Hello. So I would like to cast on some new projects, and I have done 2 semi-gauge swatches over the past 2 days, and they haven't really gone as I would have liked. So I wanted to talk about that today, maybe get some other opinions, talk to my other yarn club girlies, and hopefully make a decision, hopefully cast on 1 or 2 projects today. Today is the first day of the new year. It's officially 2026. I was in bed by 10:30 last night, and we went out for breakfast this morning and got a really good fried chicken sandwich from Bird Biscuit, which is like a fried chicken sandwich place here in Austin, more well known for breakfast and lunch, and it was delicious. It had like really thick pickles on it, and they were really good. So I think I showed this in my other video. I did a little practice of the star stitch, which are gonna be for my Evie mittens and hood. And the plan for those was to use 2 LAMIEL yarns. Their mohair silk, is that what it's called? Yeah, their mohair silk in Heliodor, which is this beautiful one. I'm like so obsessed with this. I have like 6 skeins of this, and they're like 500 meters each. Just kept buying more and more. Oh, the AC turned on. Let me turn that off. Okay, the AC will turn off in a minute, so we're just gonna have to power through for now. But yeah, I have 6 skeins of this. I think it's so beautiful. We'll get back to this one in a second. And then I have 3 skeins of this Cashmerino by LAMIEL and Peach Sweater. That's also really pretty, and so I thought that these 2 would go really well together. Celine and her original pattern has kind of the opposite combo of this, so a variegated pinky kind of fingering weight wool yarn, and then she has a solid mohair silk, and so I thought this should look pretty similar. And yeah, I had a lot of high hopes for this. However, when I started to do the swatch, I'm a little worried. There are some really nice gold flecks in there. I love the fuzziness, but I'm worried it's just gonna look kind of dirty rather than like I'm worried people are just gonna think it's dirty rather than it was an intentional choice to use a variegated mohair. And so this swatch was obviously really small, so I think the only way to test that is to do a regular stockinette stitch and see how it goes. So I thought we could do that today. Then late last night, after I rolled all of these balls of yarn, this is also LAMIEL, but this is the Volute in the color Lise. I have 4 of these. It's a beautiful 50% cashmere, 50% wool. And so I had thought that I would finally cast on the Blouse #1 Lite by My Favorite Things Knitwear in this one, which is like a mohair silk pattern originally. And I've done their regular pattern of this in the first sweater that I ever did, so I'm pretty familiar with the pattern, how it's constructed. And so yeah, I had planned to use this Volute, and so the gauge swatch was with 10 US 10 needles, which I think is 6 millimeters. And I mean, it's supposed to be a pretty like open fabric, but I don't know if I'm supposed to hold it single or double with this. I need to double check all of my math. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did the math right, but I might need to double check here. I might need to hold it double because this is the swatch. See if it can focus. Let's see if I can show it in the right lighting. I don't love how see-through. Oh, it's gonna be really hard to get this to focus. Let's try to hold it maybe against the light. Oh, that's hard. Okay, I'll have to do a different picture, but I'm just not loving how gapey this swatch turned out. So I might do another swatch in this and hold it double and see if that helps, but I'm pretty sure, no, yeah, if you use this kind of yarn, you are supposed to just work it with one. So let's just be honest, I'm not loving that then for the Blouse #1 Lite, because if I'm gonna use this really nice and expensive and beautiful yarn, I don't really want a cheap looking sweater. So I might need to pick another pattern because I have 1,000 meters total and 200 grams. So I think I had found this other pattern the other day that was kind of like a short sleeve and puff sleeve sweater. That might be a good alternative. Also, interestingly, because I post to Reddit asking if people had any experience with how much the cashmere and wool grows in this yarn, it did not really grow at all. So glad I wasn't gonna knit a size down because I don't really know how that would play out. Granted, I didn't like properly block this with like pens and things, but even if I had, it would have been even more almost fishnetty looking, and I just don't like that. So I thought we could look at patterns together and try to decide what to do for that one too. So yeah, let's first let's knit a stockinette gauge swatch for the Evie mittens and hood in this one to begin, and we'll see what else we get to. All right, my mom got me this cute Vera Bradley bag for Christmas, and came with a smaller one and a bigger one in this mistletoe pattern too, and they all match, which is really cute. And I had planned to put my Blouse #1 in this one, but it's empty for now, so we'll see what we plan on doing. I have some other needles in there, but looks like I have a bunch of extra yarn too. This is from messing up my star stitch the other day. Let me find which needles I need to have for this one. Oh, here they are. So I am using a US size 6, which is 4mm needles. I don't know how many stitches I'm gonna put on here, so we'll see, and I will talk to you when it's done. Okay, I just finished binding off, so need to get my cute little scissors. I got these at, they're from Knit Pro, but I got these when I was at this yarn store called Sheep Thrills in Florida. So let's cut and see what we think. I'm excited. This turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. It doesn't look dirty, it just looks really iridescent and beautiful, so hopefully y'all agree. Let's see here. Gonna fix my little yarn balls here real quick as well, so they're all tidy. Oh. There's a dog that lives under us and he likes to bark a lot. Okay. So, wow. Okay, I am really happy with how this turned out. I'm gonna try to catch, let me turn this a bit so y'all can get more of the light. Okay, I am obsessed. I love this. This is really beautiful. Focus. You can see there's like lots of dark pink and like an orangey kind of mustard gold in there, and then I'm not sure if it captures it, but in person you can see like all of the like white silk strands as well, and it just makes it really, really shiny and pretty. Here, I'm gonna turn y'all even more so hopefully the light will catch it better. Yeah, there you see it. It's just shimmery and really beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay, just to remind y'all, these I'm like out of frame here. These were the original ones. So this is La Bien-Aimée Mohair Silk and Heliodor. If it wants to focus, it's on me. Let me get out of frame. And then their Cash Merino and Peach Sweater. And so combined, we get this beautiful swatch. And I knit this, as I said, in US size 6 4mm needles. So this is swatch number 2, just to make sure I like these colors combined. This was the first swatch, which I'm really happy, I'll zoom y'all out a little, which I'm really happy that I did just to practice my star stitch, and I did this at Yarn Club the other day. So I'm feeling really good about this. I think I do really like this color combo. I think I'm gonna test the itch factor too. Not itchy at all. I'm not feeling anything. So that's really nice mohair silk then. And also the base, the Cash Merino is I think 15% cashmere, 10% nylon, and then the rest of it is merino wool. So a really, really nice base, and that nylon just adds some durability. So, oh, I'm excited about this. Okay, definitely gonna cast this on, if not today, for sure this week. But first I want to go back to the drawing board on what to do with my volute. So I thought that we could look at some patterns together and decide. Okay, so I forgot, as I mentioned in my first video, I also picked up a lot of mohair this past year with the idea of using it for the Blouse #1 Lite. And so to start, I have this Biche et Bouche Le Petit Silk et Mohair. We'll see if it focuses. There we go. In this beautiful brown color. They actually call it their dark green brown, which I was intrigued by. I don't really see any green, but it's just a really nice fluffy brown mohair. And so I could do a swatch holding this double to see if I even like the blouse #1 Lite in that too, or if I'm gonna have to like go to plan C here. But I also have this Tin Silk mohair from Sandnes Yarn in their olive green shade, and I have enough of this to also do a blouse #1. It's really pretty. I know a lot of people have been doing a cloud blouse in this kind of matcha olivey green color, and I like how that looks. I have green eyes, so I don't know. I could do swatches in these today too, just to see if I even like how that fabric composition looks. But before we get to that, let's get out our iPad. This is a really old iPad, and I want to look at patterns so that we can look at them together. Let's see here. Those are for the other ones. Okay. My Volute. So I'm on Ravelry. I need to go to my favorites, and I was going to do advanced search for the type of yarn that I have, but actually I'm pretty sure I just recognize the pattern if I see it. Okay, this might have been way too much to add in fingering weight as well. I might need to go back on that. Although this is really cute. I think this might have been using too much. This is the Dain tee. And this is a light fingering. They use the Knitting for Olive cotton merino. I really like the lace detail on these sleeves, but I think when I looked at this before, I don't think I have enough to make the size I would want unless I cropped it. I mean, I could maybe crop it. I also don't love a longer short sleeve on me. Does not fit my body proportions very well, but if I did a shortened version of this, I think that it could be really, really cute. And it looks like I might have enough. Do I? I have a larger bust. Let's see here. Finished garment circumference, extra large. Okay, I maybe could get away with the medium or large, especially if I crop it a little on the body and the sleeves. I mean, I feel like that would be a pattern that really uses cashmere well, because it would be like a fancier pattern, which I do like, so that could be an option. Oh, there's this too. I just don't know about knitting flat, and also how all these buttons would look on me. And this was originally done in linen. So this is the LAMIEL tee, which is also really cute. Let's see what, I'm like a 106 bust in centimeters, so I need to add about 10 to that, so small, extra small, small, medium, large. So maybe I would want to do a large in this. So then how many meters is, oh, okay, I would have enough to do this. I do like it. I like how you can like, there's buttons on both sides, but there's an O neck and a V neck, so you can wear it like both ways, which is really cool. How many? Only 21 projects. This came out in September of 2025. Ooh. Okay, everyone else's projects look pretty good. Okay, that might definitely, I like that more than the Dain tee for me, I think. There's also this knit knot blouse. Let's see. Okay, this is really cute. I mean, I want to knit something like this at some point. I don't know when, but they have a few different ones. They've used wool, cotton, linen, silk. Oh, the dogs are going crazy again. Okay, let's see. What is the bust circumference? Okay, we went up to 7 centimeters of positive ease. Okay, so I want to do extra small, small, medium, large. Okay, so I'm an extra large in this, which means I would need, okay, I don't have enough to do this one unless I ordered one more ball of yarn, which I'm trying to do a buying ban, but, ooh, you could put buttons on this instead of doing ties. That's really cute too. Okay, you know what? I think I need to see these pictures more up close. I mean, it's kind of a similar pink color to what I have going on, and I like that this is a lot denser of a fabric. Love these ruffle details. Let me really zoom in to show y'all. I mean, I could order one more ball. I feel like LAMIEL probably definitely has the same dye lot available. That is cute. But also the LAMIEL tee was cute too. This is why it's hard. I didn't think I'd be able to make any of these actually. I didn't think I had enough, so. There was one more I was considering that I want to show y'all. Where is it? I think it was this Arigato tee. Ooh, there's also this Pavo blouse. I'll show both of these. So. This was the Pavo blouse, which is also really nice. It came out June 2024. Let's see, you want up to 6 inches of positive ease, so I would need to, oh man, I'm like the second largest size then, okay. I would be an extra, extra large. Oh wait, 1 to 6 inches of positive ease. Okay, maybe I'd size down then and just be an extra large. Okay, I do have enough to do that. And I could crop it on the body a little bit too. I also don't like the longer short sleeves on here, but I do like the top lace work. Let me try to find a good photo to show y'all. I mean, I think this could be really, really cute. Man, it's really hard to choose. That's a lot of lace work. Am I like a little too lazy for that? But it would be a statement piece, and I feel like this yarn deserves a statement piece. Let's see, is it top down? Yep, it's a top down. So I mean, you would just need to get that lace over with, and then it would kind of just be stockinette unless you also did some more lace on the sleeves. I mean, that could work. And then what I also had in mind was also this Arigato tee, which is a lace plus light fingering, which I feel like would give about the same texture that this does with the cashmere in it. And this just looks like kind of like a classic short sleeve sweater. I'm trying to find a good image to show y'all. It's really cute. And so in this one, let's see, doesn't talk about positive ease or anything at all. So I guess you can decide for yourself, but I would knit probably a large just to have a little bit of positive ease, which means, oh, they don't have how much yarn is needed here. So do I even have enough then? I mean, they go up pretty inclusively in size. I hate when you have to buy a pattern to figure out how many grams are needed. Okay, well, it starts at 958, which is on the lower end for my meterage. So maybe this is too dense. I would also need another skein of yarn. So maybe that's also, I'm just like, I feel like maybe this is like a little too plain, but it would be classic. Okay, so what are my top ones then? I think my top ones would be this Pavo blouse and this LAMIEL tee. Aw, in the LAMIEL tee she says, if your chest circumference is larger, don't hesitate to contact me and I will scale up the pattern to the size you need. I love that. We love an inclusive queen. Okay. That's difficult. Okay, what size did we think I was in this? Okay, I do like 120. Oh, so I was a large in this, which was crazy. I'm usually like an XL or XXL. Okay. But then that's knit flat. See, this is the problem. I mean, I guess I could knit it in the round with this cute lacework detail and just like omit the whole button cardigan part of it. I could definitely, let me see again what projects people have done. Oh, looks like she did that. Okay, that's a little wonky. Somebody has done this though. I'm not gonna put her on blast by showing the photo, but oh, okay, she put buttons in. Maybe they're fake buttons. Maybe this is actually knit in the round and they're fake buttons. Just for, well, that looks like they're real. I do kind of like that slouchy look. Sometimes these queens pop off with their Ravelry modeling photos. Okay, has anybody else done it? Or is it just all in progress for everyone and there hasn't been any updates because this is a new project? Yeah, no one else has finished it yet. I mean, it would also be cute in a linen, like I don't know if my linen would work for this. I mean, that's more of a DK, I'm pretty sure. And again, there was this Dain tee. I mean, I do think, I mean, I don't really love this in the linen, if I'm completely honest, but I feel like in a wool cashmere, this could be a really good option. Okay, I might need to decide off camera. I also, while I'm here, let me pull it out and then I'll talk to you guys. So I mentioned in my first video where I talked about learning how to knit that I had 4 skeins of this Sport Nouveau in the colorway Heliodor by La Bien-Aimée, and it's just got this beautiful variegation similar to the mohair silk that I have. Let me grab that. And I thought originally that I was going to combine these because they're dyed the same, but I felt like it's kind of a little overpowering with both of them at the same time, and I kind of wanted to use that mohair silk to maybe like do a whole mohair silk blouse on its own. So now I've been thinking about what kind of a sweater I would want to make with this, because how much of this do I have? If this is even the right label, I don't know. Nope, that's another one. It's this. So I have 400 grams of this, so 1,200 meters. It's really pretty. And so I've been debating what kind of a sweater I want to make with that. And so, lucky for you guys, I have it pulled up already on my iPad because I was looking at it in the bath the other day. Let's find it again. Okay. So, with this, I am thinking about doing, maybe, is it this light version? Yeah, I guess it is. The Magnolia Bloom Lite by Camilla Vaude. So it's like just a beautiful classic sweater with like a detailed lace yoke and this like bloom pattern. And this is the light version because I think she has a regular version that uses a heavier weight wool. But this, in my size, what size would I be again? Like, I guess depends on how much positive ease I want. Extra small, small, medium, large. So I'd be a large or extra large. So I would possibly have the right amount for this. It's also gonna stretch, right? Because it's wool. I'm like, what's the composition on this? I think it's 100%. Yeah, 100% non-superwash fine merino. 300 meters. Okay, so the exact same type of wool that she was using. So this is a sport weight then. I mean, I can always make things a little more cropped. That was the thing. I am like very short, so like if I was to make something as long as this, like that's just not gonna be flattering on me. So I would definitely crop it more right around the waist or right after the waist. And my arms are like, I'm just a shorter person, so I feel like my arms tend to be a little shorter than all of these Scandinavian patterns as well. It's a Danish designer, which, fun fact, I speak Swedish, so I can read Danish and Norwegian too. And Scandinavians are tall, okay? I'm not tall because I'm only half, but I'm really excited to start this one too. And I'm like, wait, should I maybe just start this one and put this whole project on pause since I can't decide? Because this would be really nice to wear in the winter and spring here too. I live in Texas, so it's really hot even through the winter. Like, it doesn't get that cold. We maybe have like 1 or 2 weeks where it's near freezing. So there's a lot of ideas to work with, and I have a lot of decisions to make. I don't know, I need help. I need to consult my yarn girlies. But I guess that's enough yarn talk today. I could talk about some sock patterns I want to do too. Would that be fun? You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about the socks. I mentioned in my last video, I had bought, I think this is West Yorkshire Fibers, some of their sock yarn in this butterscotch, and I want to say they're magenta color. And so my vision with this was to test color work for the first time and do some color work socks. And I have Summer Lee's The Sock Project book. So there, I mean, let me zoom in here. There are so many nice designs in this one. Like, I love this. But I actually was thinking to do this white and blue one, which is a little bit more of a Fair Isle print, as my first adventure into it. These Scrimshaw socks. Let's see, there we go. Yeah, I'm like, just 2 color work bands. I feel like that'd be really good practice into learning how to do color work. I think it would look really cute with this butterscotch and magenta colors. And now that I finished my first pair of socks and really like wearing them, it's encouraging me to knit more socks. Even though I don't love the small needles, I like wearing the socks. So I could cast this on as just like a fun, easy project to have too. The thing is, I need a stockinette project for when I go to yarn club every Tuesday. And I'm the type of person that likes to have like 2 to 4 projects at a time at least, usually 3. So I could also cast those on today. Okay, we need to prioritize here. But enough of the knitting and yarn content. I wanted to talk a bit about books too. I actually have been, I mean, I'm still just in the beginning. I'm only on page 40. But I have been trying to read Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott. I had wanted to finish it by the new year. It's New Year's Day today. That didn't happen. I've been so busy with work. I was sick. I was gift knitting. I haven't been able to read as much as I wanted to. And I might actually have to pause this because in 2.5 weeks, I have my monthly book club with my friends, and we're actually reading Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights before the new movie comes out on Valentine's Day, so in February. I'm definitely the target audience for that. I know it's controversial to the classics lovers, and they're saying this is not a correct adaptation, but I love Emerald Fennel. I loved Saltburn. What else has she done? Did she do Promising Young Woman too? I think she did, and I loved that one. So I know this is going to be right up my alley. There seems to be a lot of tension going on in that movie, and I love it. So I'm very excited to read this, and I need to finish it in the next 2.5 weeks. So I thought about starting this today as well. And then a fun little Christmas gift that I got that I want to work on with my partner this week is this Harry Potter Lego set. It's for the Owlery, the Hogwarts Castle Owlery, yeah, with Argus Filch, Harry Potter, and Cho Chang. Let's see if it'll focus there. I need to get my face out of it. There we go. There you can see the other side of it. So I'm actually pretty excited to do this as well, and my partner really likes Legos, so I think that this will be fun. I'm all about the cozy activities. I have a puzzle I need to finish from last year too, but I'm just in the like blank white space and like a lot of brown space, so everything looks the same and it's like pretty difficult. So that's been on pause for a long time and just kind of been taking up space sitting around. So it would be nice to finally finish that one as well. So I have a lot of things I need to do, a lot of hobbies. Also, I love playing The Sims as well. I was a big Sims girl growing up, and this year I also re-downloaded The Sims after inspiration from another friend of mine who also knits. And I bought a few expansion packs. Recently got the businesses and hobbies one, which I love because the world there is like kind of based on like a hybrid between Copenhagen and Stockholm, and I used to live in Stockholm for a long time, so I love that world in there, and I get to, you know, vicariously live in Sweden again through that. So I think it would even be fun to do some Sims content as well, and maybe try to open up a yarn store in The Sims. Knit garments in The Sims. I mean, they're really weird looking in there, but you know, that could be cool. Like have my sim become an expert knitter, knit all these garments, and start a successful yarn store. Like I think that would be a fun play with me plot. Haven't done any gaming videos in the past. My brother and partner are big gamers. My brother actually works for a video game company. Okay, so I was saying, yeah, that my brother actually works for a video game company, and then my camera stopped recording because it hit the maximum amount. But let me know if y'all would be interested in that. Maybe I could even do it with my friend who also plays The Sims. I think it could be fun. Like I get really overwhelmed by playing The Sims sometimes these days because I feel like it uses a lot of the same brain power that and like skills that I have to use in my everyday job, which is in marketing, like digital marketing and stuff, which surprisingly there's like overlap there. So it would be more of a weekend thing when I'm like feeling recharged. But yeah, I think that could be fun. So let me know what content you want to read or what content you want to see. Let me know what books you're reading, what projects you're knitting, and I'll see you later once I've finally made some decisions and done some swatches. Hello again, this is me from the future not 2 hours, like an hour later. I did end up doing 2 more swatches for the Blouse #1 Lite by My Favorite Things Knitwear after my debacle with this yarn this morning. I ended up swatching the Sadness yarn Tin Silk Mohair in this green shade like I had talked about, and also the Biche Bouche Le Petite Silken Mohair in the brown. And I have to say I'm pretty happy with them so far, especially the fiber content of this brown one. It's a lot cooler toned of a brown, like a very cool espresso kind of brown. We'll see if the camera can really pick it up, and you know, it is still sheer, but the mohair and all the fuzz in the mohair definitely helps fill up a lot of those holes, so I am liking it a lot more than the veloute. Also, I did like the same amount of stitches and it definitely ended up a lot bigger. I was knitting this with the double mohair, so yeah, quite a difference with how these turned out. So I think that definitely confirms it for me that I'm not going to continue with the veloute and the Blouse #1, so I will be picking one of those other patterns. Something else, oh, it's kind of fun to, you know, pretend like it's a little sleeve on you too. I like to see how it's going to look on my skin, especially against the sunlight. Yeah, very cool toned. I mean, I do have cool toned skin, but all the rest of my features are warm, so I'm technically a spring season, a true spring, but I think this is still gonna look, oh, I'm getting some sun now. Okay, hopefully that's better. Yeah, as I was saying, I think this brown is still gonna look really good on me, especially with like dark jeans, maybe even black pants, or like my dark green chino pants. Like, I think this is gonna be a vibe. I think it is like a cooler, maybe silver silk as the base with the brown mohair around it, so that does give it its cooler tone. I'll try to do some b-roll of a close-up on this, but also something to mention, this is it's actually a 30% mulberry silk and 70% super kid mohair, and oh my goodness, this is so soft. I won't lie, it felt like I was knitting human hair when I was working. I've never done a mohair project before, so it was a little freaky to be knitting with that. It kind of freaked me out a little, but it's so freaking silky and soft. Like, I'm really impressed, especially when we get to the other one, the Ten Silk mohair by Semis Yarn. This is a lot more scratchy. Like, it doesn't itch me, but definitely feels more wool-like, almost polyester-y a bit. So this is like 5x softer. So if you're really sensitive to mohairs, you might like this Biche Bouche one. They're Le Petite Silk and Mohair, so try that. They have a lot of colorways in this. They also have this beautiful like goldeny ochre mustard color that I was tempted to buy, but some of the girls at the yarn shop were honest in that they don't think it was my best color, and I agree, because I don't think it would have been enough contrast. But I'm liking this, so I think the Blouse #1 Lite with this brown mohair is definitely going to be a vibe. So then to talk about this green one, I like this too. It's also, you know, fun to pretend it was a sweater on. This is definitely came out a lot more cool tone than I thought it was going to be as well. I mean, I guess it's technically neutral because the olive tone is still more warm. But it was reminding me of like those army, oh, now I have the sun back on me again. Should I change it? No, I don't care. It was reminding me of the army green jackets that were really popular in like 2015, which probably they're gonna come back in style. It was reminding me of that green that I used to see everywhere. Definitely a little more olivey than matcha once I started knitting it up, but it's not like itchy, but it's definitely scratchier, way scratchier than this. So I was trying to look up this one. Okay, this makes sense. 57% mohair, 28% silk, 15% wool. So yeah, it's definitely the wool factor in this that's making it a little scratchier. But if you were, you know, using this with a wool yarn, doing a combo sweater, I think that it would be perfectly normal and great. So I am liking how this looks in this kind of fabric, but I'm not fully convinced that I'm gonna do a mohair only sweater in this, just because it could be scratchy. So if you've experienced that, let me know. I'm also gonna ask some friends who I think have worked with it. Yeah, that could be a deal breaker. Also, like, people have knit so many cute matcha colored like cloud sweaters and like cloud blouses in that green color with the wool and mohair, and so I could still do that. And if I have extra mohair, because I bought 7 skeins of this, that's okay. I wear green a lot. I make a lot of green accessories, so I think I would use it for something else. So really glad I ended up doing these swatches so I could figure that out. As I said, this one's definitely did not work out, but at least these two today have been real winners. So yeah.